Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, what were you able to accomplish yesterday and today as you guys try to recreate and establish a way to play with this new group?
I mean, to be honest, we did a lot of, pick and roll defense. And then we did a bunch of, actually added some offense, some simple things where we can get the ball moving side to side more. And then, did our basic offensive organization. I mean, most NBA teams are pretty similar. But again, for everybody, it's what do you do on misses? What do you do on makes? And so it does take a little bit of time for everybody to get comfortable with that. So we did a lot of it yesterday. And then, quite a bit again this morning.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Steve, how will you start tonight? And what is sort of your plan, with the rotation moving forward?
So we'll start the same way we did the other night. T. Ross is closer, but won't be able to play tonight. So it'll be MCW, Dwayne, James, Chuma, and Kim. We'll play all three centers. Mo will play, Wendell will play, and Kim will play at some 4. Chasen will play, RJ will play, Otto will play for sure. Those 9 will play for sure. And, the way to do this to me, Otto's different because like you saw with Norman Powell the other night, guys like Otto, you could come in, you can play him 24, 26 minutes, and he's been around so much and played. He's going to pick things up quickly. For the younger guys, what I want to do, or I think that whatever my experiences have shown me, I want to get them comfortable in a certain, area of minutes and have them play well and then build from there. And so, like with Mo, with Wendell, I want to try to get them roles, so they have an idea who they're going to play with. So they'll have an idea of what we're going to run when they're on the floor. And it's the best way for guys to get into rhythm and play better. Now, that being said, like tonight, you're going to see it's a mismatch because, we just can't run enough offense with different guys on the floor. So we're having to sub in a way tonight that won't be something that's sustainable, just so I can't put, it wouldn't be fair, for instance, to put RJ on the floor with Otto and Wendell and say, go ahead, run offense. I mean, they've really done it like a day and a half, so it's going to take, it won't take forever. We get time to practice tomorrow. I think Tuesday night will be a lot better. And by the end of the week, but it's going to take 4 or 5 games before we can get, more organized.
Rob Parks, 48minutes.com.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? I want to talk a little bit about Andre Drummond and the Lakers signing. What do you think about that signing, and how do you think that helps them down the road?
Well, again, so much of the playoffs are about the paint, and obviously he's a physical force down there. He's a great rim protector. He's one of the great offensive rebounders in our game. And guys like him can be, make a difference. At the level that they're going to be playing at, you bring a guy like that in, and listen, he could win 1 or 2 playoff games for you, just with his physicality and size alone. So I'm sure there were other teams that wanted him also, and it makes perfect sense to me.
Paul Casanova, EDF Sports.
Good evening, Coach. Can you talk a little bit about Montrell? He's been having a really good season and time ever since the 2 big guys have been out. Can you tell me how you're going to handle him tonight?
Yeah, he's another guy that's, if you watch him, he gets better every year. And, what he started to do last year and he's continuing right now is he's become a much more efficient or dangerous post-up player. So he's always played with energy. He's always been a good defender. He's always run the floor. He's always offensive rebounded. And he's always created a lot of action for his teammates, but he's now scoring in the post, stepping off the post and facing up. He's gotten very good with different drop steps, angles, pivot games, and fakes. And, we actually spent quite a bit of time this morning making sure that we're super organized for, both he and Marc Gasol in the post.
Josh Cohn, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Coach. When it comes to RJ Hampton, do you envision him playing more at the 1 or the 2, or will it be kind of a juggled situation where he'll go back and forth?
Well, we're going to start with the 2. And, that's more where he was playing in Denver. And, again, I want him to get comfortable playing one spot. This is, again, people to me, they want everybody to do everything, right? And to me, younger players, let them play well at one spot. People used to ask me early in the year, Cole Anthony, can he play with Markelle? Before he'd ever really played, but he gets 11 points in a game and now they want to play him 40 minutes. You want to take younger guys and give them a role that they can play well in and they can grow into and they can learn the NBA game. And it's the wisest way to go, and not overreact when they have a game that they don't play as well, and not go crazy and give them more until they play well for a few games in a row. This league with all these guys, okay, anybody can get 15 in a night. Anybody can put up certain numbers. You have to watch the film, see how they did things, and, get them playing well at both ends of the floor and then build onto it. And that's the way we're going to do it with all these younger guys.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Steve, obviously there's a lot of work left with these 27 games remaining. You talked about wanting to evaluate what you have. Some of the guys talked about getting a fresh start. I'm just curious, what's the level of enthusiasm that you're seeing right now, and sort of how do you as coaches kind of use that to your advantage moving forward?
All right, listen, I thought the other night we played with tremendous, effort. We were, especially in the second half, great on the glass. We played with really good offensive energy. We had, I believe, 27 assists on 42 made baskets. MCW had 6, Dwayne had 6. I thought that the attitude and everything was great. And I think guys understand where we're at and the opportunity that they all have. So we have guys, younger players who are trying to prove themselves, who want minutes. We have a lot of guys who are free agents that it's important that they play well. Teams will be watching them. And then we have veteran guys who I think are the kind of guys that want to help show the young players what it's like to be a professional. So I think the attitude is good. And, in terms of from a coaching challenge, I always look at it the same way. And I've told them this is still about making progress and winning games. Listen, the bailout is we're just going to throw them out there. Nobody thinks we're any good anyway, right? I've already told them this. I heard there were things on the internet. Can they win more than 5 games? Can they win more than 6 games? We should try to win every game. And, to me that's, when you talk about, again, player development, this is player development. Find out who can play with who plays in a manner that other guys can play well when they're on the floor. Not just can they shoot, can they dribble, can they pass, do they know how to play? Can you execute at a high level when you're out there? You can't, including summer league and all this, you can't come close to replicating these 27 games for younger players. So it is a big deal. I've met with all of them individually. They know how I feel. We're not just going to go out there and roll the ball and say, hey, go run up and down the floor and play fast and enjoy it. We're going to try to win, and they're going to play the right way. And that's the way I see it. That's the way we're going to do it. And if you have the right kind of players, which I believe we do, they'll buy into that. This isn't going to be ragtag stuff here. We're going to try to win every game.
Thanks, Cliff.
All right. Thank you, everyone.